Welcome back. This is the Armchair Pundit. Round 1 of the 2017 Six Nations is done and dusted. So we had the wins for Scotland, England and Wales. In this episode, we're going to have a bit of a reaction to the Wales versus Italy game. Take a look at the table as it currently stands, and we'll try and predict those round 2 results. That's all to come. Okay, so let's start with the Wales-Italy game. Wales came away with a 33-7 win. I think you'd probably call it a solid win more than anything else. They didn't overly impress. Italy were resolute. They were solid in their structures. Didn't really cause Wales too many problems. Wales, I think, have left a lot of their critics, a lot of the questions unanswered. I think maybe going to next week, they're going to have to really step up because England are going to prove a much bigger challenge than Italy have. Italy, as I said, were resolute. They tried extremely hard. Parise, once again, leading from the front. I mean, this guy, does he ever not give 110%? Did Italy show enough to indicate they're going to get a win in this year's championship? I don't believe so. I think they're going to get the wooden spoon. I think they're going to get defeated pretty heavily in every game they play. You look at Scotland, for example. I think Scotland will just run over them fairly easily. Great France, England as well. It doesn't get any easier at all for this Italian team. For Wales going forwards, it's very difficult. They're not in a transitional period. They haven't had a lot of players retire. They maybe have 1 or 2 injuries. Yes, maybe their sort of key positions such as hooker, a little bit undecided. Maybe scrum half, a little bit undecided. They got Dan Biggar at 10. I was asked in my comment section for my Lions video, what about Dan Biggar? He's not in my top 3 or 4 10s at the moment. And that is a worry for Wales because at the moment they haven't got, I don't believe they have any depth at 10. Dan Biggar is a very good player, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's quite at that Lions quality. Would I put him at world class? Probably not, to be honest, and I think that's where Wales are kind of stumbling at the moment. They've got the outside backs to do a job. Centre partnership is looking very, very dangerous. The wing is looking very, very dangerous. Unfortunately, I just think their fly half at the moment is probably their weak link. Italy, I said this in the last video, just haven't got any strength and depth whatsoever. They're going to be in real trouble. Okay, moving on, let's have a look at this Six Nations table as it currently stands. Obviously, round 1 is not really a true indicator of what it's really like, but let's take a look at it anyway. So, as you can see, Wales, Scotland, England lead the pack with 4 points, followed up by France and Ireland with 1 point each, and bringing up the rear are Italy on 0 points. Okay, let's move into round 2 games. Try and see if we can predict something out of this because it is going to be tough going. I'll tell you that. I would not want to be in my shoes right now. So let's start off with the Italy-Ireland game, given that's the first one that's going to be played on the weekend. Ireland travel to Rome. Back of a loss, Italy suffered a loss. I cannot look past Ireland on this one. I think they're going to come out big as well. I feel Italy are going to really suffer in this game. I'm seeing Ireland win by about probably 50. They're going to have all guns blazing. And I think Italy are just going to struggle. They'll really struggle to keep up with them. If Sexton's back, it's going to be a massacre. Even if he's not, I think it'll be a beating. Either way, it's going to be a beating, I think. Okay, let's move on to the France-Scotland game in Paris. This is going to be a tricky one to call. Scotland, yes, they played well in patches against Ireland and very resolute in defence. Didn't give an inch in defence. They took their chances very, very well. France, however, are a different beast entirely, and this is also in Paris. Scotland are not going to be able to give as much possession as they did to France. They did to Ireland, that's for sure, because France will punish them just as much as Ireland tried to. France also, I think, are not necessarily going to give Scotland the chances or the room to move. I think Scotland, again, second week in a row, their scrum is going to come under severe pressure and a big test, if not even bigger way against France. France are going to really turn the screws at scrum time. The French pack is massive. It's absolutely huge. And Scotland, I think that might be maybe their downfall. I'm not sure if they have too many big ball carriers up front. I have to see. I mean, Scotland I would love to say Scotland are going to win this game. I really want to say Scotland are going to win, but I can't look past France. France by 5. And then let's moving on to the last game. Wales against England in Cardiff. England are going to get absolutely flogged in training this week. Eddie Jones is going to rule the roost because I don't think he's particularly happy with what happened on the weekend against France. I think England are going to come out against Cardiff all guns blazing. I think Wales, they always play with passion. They always play with such pride, particularly in Cardiff, particularly against England as well. Wales have got, as I said, a forceful outside backline who I think will match England. Their outside backs will match England. It's going to be a battle of the tens if it's forward against a bigger. It's going to be a battle between those two in a kicking game who can dominate territory. I think the packs will be... I think England's pack probably has the wood slightly over Wales, which is an advantage. And I think Ford probably just about edges it over bigger, none of which is really, I think, in my Lions contention. I think England are just in that mode at the moment where they're very, very hard to beat. Even if they don't play well, they're very hard to beat. Wales have been struggling for a little bit now. They're under Rob Howley's leadership. If it was Gatland, it might be a little bit different, but it's not. It's Howley. Again, this one's tough, but I think England will win this one. I think they'll win by about 10. And so there we have it, guys. We've got my predictions. We've got Ireland by about 50 over Italy. We've got France by about 5 over Scotland. And we've got England by about 10 over Wales. I would love to see your score predictions in the comments, guys. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Who do you think is going to win? Where do you see your team's strengths lie? Should I be wary of Scotland again? I got it wrong last week. Twice in a row? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Guys, if you'd like, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.